What's going on, everybody? We are your dynamic duo,
I'm Ronen and Levy.
and I'm freezing David Harari. And let me tell you why to move to South Florida.
Oh, it looks cold over there. Let me tell you.
Lord.
What's the temperature there, by the way?
Bro, I was outside for 3 seconds,
No,
and
I
I'm
can only
pretty much an
listen. If
icicle
it's
right now.
snowing, we're below 30 degrees, of course.
Yeah, wow.
We're
We
probably
got
almost
some
on
good information for you today. Ronen, take it away.
take it away. All right. So we got really exciting news here in South Florida. We have two incredible constructions coming in. Are you there, David? I don't see you. Oh, there you
I'm
are.
right here.
There you are. Okay. Like I said, an exciting two developments coming into your South Florida.
Let's
We
hear all
have
about it.
Okay, one, we have the Mercedes-Benz residence that's coming in. Your Mercedes-Benz is going to be 67 stories high.
Yes.
Beautiful building it's going to be. You're looking around 791 residents, 200 hotel rooms, and about 250,000 square feet of office space.
Fun fact, a way that I like to shorten square feet, I like to say squeak. But you don't have to do that. That's just kind of
Squeak.
how I try to
Okay.
make things fun. 4,000 squeak. So maybe we'll start a little trend here.
250,000 square feet. Okay.
Now, square feet definitely sounds more professional, but like, have you ever seen a square foot? Imagine we had square feet. Imagine we each had like these little bricks with like a leg and then like a square.
That's how it is, though. You take a 12 inch by 12 inches square foot.
I know, but what if you had those connected to your legs?
Oh,
You had a square foot.
it'd be hard to walk, I think.
Yeah, well, or you'll be more balanced actually.
Well, balance, yes, but I want to see the
Hey guys, we're just popping in here real quick to remind you that if you like our content and you want to see more, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to hit that little bell so you get notified whenever we post a new video. And
back to the video. Next, you want to take over on that Pagani, the other new exciting construction development?
yeah, I'm still defrosting, but yes,
Okay.
Pagani residents, they're coming in 2027 as well. Pagani's a Italian hypercar company. I just learned what a hypercar is from Ronen. What is a hypercar?
Well, you have your regular foreign cars, you have your exotics, and you have your hypercars, which is just an extreme. It's an extreme.
Okay. I thought it was just a regular car that's like ADHD.
No, 80.
Okay. Okay.
No,
Well, the Pagani residence is going to be 20 stories high. You got a rooftop pool. I'm excited
28
to see
stories,
that.
you said, right? 28 stories?
28 stories. It's a pretty big book. Yeah, we got a rooftop pool. We got 70 residents, which is 4 units per floor. So
Starting at 2,000.
that'll be starting at about 2,000 squeet per unit. And the range would be around 2.4 million. So
That's not bad. That's
not
really
bad for
because
a hypercar.
it's not. Then you have your Mercedes-Benz, which starts around 550,000 square feet, $1,000, and probably exceeding
$550,000.
$1,000, exceeding to $4 million. So
Yes. Yeah. So it's quite a range.
it is. But they're going to be beautiful. All right. What else we got going on? How about the interest rate, the 30-year mortgage? Is it
Yeah,
new
so this is just an update. Yeah, I don't think it really changed much since our last video, but as of March 10th, 2023, which is today, the 30-year fixed rate for mortgages are at 6.8%, which I'm kind of glad to see it going down a little bit because about a year and a half ago, it was close to 8. I think it was over 8.
Yeah, very high. So it's starting to adjust. It definitely is starting to adjust. It's starting to come down now and stuff like that. But I did mention that the pricing for condos will start probably going up a little bit also. And actually, I think, listen, buying a place right now, you should have no fear because even though the interest rates are kind of high right now, you're always able to refinance when the interest rate starts going down, you know?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, when the prices goes up, you
What a lot of
cannot
people do.
prices more on condos and stuff like that at home. So
Yeah,
it's
I mean, that's what a lot of people are doing because Miami, look, South Florida is a great, I mean, what better place in the United States is there to invest? Alabama, Texas, New York?
South Florida. South
South
Florida is
Florida is where it's at. You know, Florida real estate is always going to be a solid investment. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. Um, it's always a great time to buy a house in Florida. And if you own a piece of it, the value could rise as the state increases its popularity.
Actually, I think we are the most popular state here, you know, out of the country
Yeah.
because I mean, how many people we have moving down here? I think every month
Well,
is 20,000 families, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that.
Look, there was definitely the COVID rush, right?
Correct.
Oh, that's when everyone started to flood, flood down to Florida.
And that's what made the prices skyrocket.
Yeah, and the funny thing is I kind of moved in that rush, but I wasn't trying to. I was trying to move several years before. My life circumstances didn't allow it at the time. I was trying to move there at least 8 years, 8 years, 7, 8 years prior to the COVID rush.
What was the reason, if you may ask, what was the reason you came to Florida? What brought you really down here?
It's a good question. I lived in New York. I grew up there. I was born and raised there. I never felt like I fit in there for many reasons. I didn't like the energy, the people's energy. Everyone's like very stiff and very like serious. And then the weather, I'm always the person that would hate jackets and scarves and gloves. And I would put the jacket on. And let's say when I was in college, right, I would go take the subway and to the city. And on the subway, I'd be so confused because it's cold outside. So I'm wearing this big jacket and I come into the train and they're blasting the heat. So now I'm like dying of heat. So I would take
Cold.
off the jacket and I had my backpack and it was just so annoying. Or the same thing with the car. I'd get into the car with my jacket. And now what? Do I put on the heat? Because now I'm wearing a jacket. I'm going to get extra hot. So I would take off my jacket in the car and then it was very annoying. I never like
It was the cold. It was the cold that brought you
the
here.
cold, the snow, and getting stuck in the snow and shoveling the snow, and just I don't know. And in Florida, now that I'm living there for a couple of years, it becomes it does become natural. It does become I do start feeling like this is the norm, and then I'll occasionally think, wow, I used to live in New York and it was freezing, and then I would just kind of feel really, really happy that I live in Florida and I would just breathe in the air and go for a walk.
Beach air, the fresh
Yeah,
breeze.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely. And besides that, we're gonna have a lot more things coming. As a matter of fact, to Florida, we have a couple more attractions that are coming down. In Florida, it's gonna
Uh-huh.
be. It's, there's no other than Florida for me. It's just for me, Florida is the best state. It's
I gotta say, there is so much going on in Florida. Miami is the cultural and economic center of the state, right? Miami holds so many popular events. One you were just talking about earlier, right?
Art Basel.
Art Basel is definitely one of them. I've heard about it from so many people. I've never been, not yet, but maybe we'll do that in
It does
videos.
not exist in any other state. It only exists
Yeah,
here in South Florida. So it's an amazing. It calls for everyone to come down.
yeah.
Anyone.
I knew of a couple of people that came down just for that.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
There's
You get.
also the Miami International Film Festival and Miami
Yeah,
Fashion Week.
yeah.
I'm not really too big into fashion. I'm not, but
Oh, I am. I am.
it's yeah.
I love fashion.
Film though. I like movies.
Oh, yes.
Um, but yeah, there's so much going on. There's so many events. There's so many singles events and networking events. There's so much going on. I used to look for things to do on what's that app called? Eventbrite.
Correct. Eventbrite.
There's so much going on. So many events. So many meetups. So many. I used to live closer to Delray, so like in Delray there was so much going on, and Miami, a lot of things on the beach, yoga on the beach,
Oh,
morning yoga
yeah.
on the beach, evening yoga on the beach, moonlight, what is it, full moon yoga on the beach, cacao ceremonies, and
The
I don't know,
what?
cacao ceremonies.
Wow, I never heard of that one.
It's a big thing. It's a big thing. It's pretty hot right now. It's pretty much raw cacao. You buy it in like a brick
Oh, wow.
from. I mean, there's different companies, but
What is it? They go to the beach and they.
well, the ones that there are beach cacao ceremonies. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
yeah, it's a
Okay.
whole thing. Yeah,
I'll tell you what we
it's
should
pretty
be
much
doing.
like hot chocolate in the most raw
That
form.
sounds nice. But I was gonna say, I think you and I should, or we will be going to a lot of these events and film as well to show people what kind of events we have here. The
Viewers.
highlights of Florida, SoFlo,
Yeah,
exactly. See what we
yeah.
got going here.
I'm
Absolutely.
definitely down for a Key West trip. Key West is one of my favorite places.
That's gonna be one of our trips that we got
Yeah,
planned. Absolutely.
I actually went a few months ago and I had a really good time. I went by myself. I met people along the way.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Um, I actually documented the whole thing. I
Just just imagine, David, we have Key West, which is the only place in the continent, in the world, where you see the sunrise and you walk steps to the west side, and you can see the sunset right there in the
You think
same
it's
area.
the only place in the world?
You know, where else can you have a place like that that's just so, I guess,
Probably the
narrow?
only place in the United States.
United States. Okay, you
We didn't
know.
fact check this part, but it is definitely a gorgeous place. I when I went there, I rented one of those scooters. You know, I paid $30 for 3 hours, and
They're all over here.
it was the first time. Yeah, but it was my first time, and I had a blast, man. I just rode all around the island, all around Key West. I went from one edge to the other. On one edge, I saw a huge cruise ship,
Oh yes,
and on the
we
other side, there was like
have the nicest port here.
what is it called? There's a monument there or something, the southernmost point or something.
Oh, oh my God! In the Key West,
Yeah.
I forgot what that's called, but we
It's
should
like
read
this. I mean, there's nothing there. It's just like this monument, and people
that
just.
people stand there and take pictures of and
It's
stuff
like
like
the
that.
southernmost point of the United States or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Also, is if anyone has any questions about South Florida, they feel free to give us any comments and ask any questions that they want to see
Yeah,
here in
yeah.
Florida.
I make myself available, especially when a client reaches out and they're interested in a property. I always tell them, I'm here. If you have any questions, you want to know anything about Florida,
And
you're curious, you
if we're able to travel there as well and even film it for
yeah.
them, do
And
that.
and if I don't know about it, I'm gonna find you some answers. That's my goal. Like I want to make sure that everyone's uh move is as seamless and
By,
smooth as
by
possible.
the way, the whole time now, I think I've been, instead of looking at the camera, I've been looking at you. So,
I don't
which is
think that matters so much in
doesn't
this
okay.
case. I mean, I've been trying to look at the camera, but
It's hard because I'm looking at you while you're talking, so it's going to be
yeah,
hard
but
for us.
it's the general vicinity. It's okay.
And by the way, we are in a Zoom call between us because he's in Cleveland, Ohio, and I'm here in South Florida.
I have someone who wants to stay high, by the way. Come
Oh,
here.
absolutely.
This is Ruby.
Ruby. Hi,
Look at this.
Ruby.
She's got this cute thing on her head.
A ribbon?
Say
What
hi
is
to
it?
the camera. Say hi to everybody.
Ribbon bow. What
She's
a
like 3 or 4 months old, so she's
cute.
she's this cute, curious little baby. She's like she matches the pillows. I gotta
You know,
show I
everyone
gotta
here in
show you this actually. See, this is Ruby, and this is not Ruby. This we took this pillow as an inspiration for a dog, and she
It
feels
looks
like
like a brother and
amazing.
sister kind of thing.
Yeah, this is your
You
sister, Ruby.
you three look alike almost, except you don't have the white
Yes,
hair
they
yet.
look exactly the same. All right. South Florida is a wonderful place. We got some good weather, good people, a lot of events. There's a lot of social events, a lot to do.
We're gonna have some open homes coming soon. We're gonna take trips to go look at these new developments as well, take pictures and videos for you guys.
Oh, it's freaking cold. Let me do this, bro.
Go ahead. Three, two,
What
one.
is up? What is going on, everybody?
Is it snowing there?
Yes,
Is that what
I'm
I
in a
see?
t-shirt.
Snow?
I'm in a button down in a short sleeve, bro.
Wow.
All right, let's do this very quick, okay?
Can you grab a handful of snow at least and show it to the
Bro,
camera?
bro, you're killing me. You're killing
Okay,
me right now.
all right.